Hi, I'm Randy Blalock. Well, I've had several children's books published that I'm very proud of, and but this is the first novel. Then I previously had written some sports columns for one of the local newspapers here in Winder, Georgia, and did that for about a 3 or 4 year period. And quite honestly, that perhaps is going to be my next project, is a compilation of those sports columns into one book that hopefully the sports fan and sports enthusiast would enjoy. Well, after counseling with several people who have been fortunate enough to have works of their own published, some with the traditional means and some non-traditional, I decided that the best process for me, at least for this first one, and hopefully I could then gather a name for myself and a following, hopefully, was to go the non-traditional route and more or less self-publish. My children's books were done with what I would refer to as a boutique publisher, and they are no longer in business now, but my books still can be obtained on my website. But the process of going through the non-traditional is a simpler one for those of you who are interested in pursuing writing. The main thing I would tell you, the main advice I would give you, is just sit down and do it. It's so easy to put it off. Oh, I'm going to get around to that story that I have in my head one day. Let one day be tomorrow. Absolutely, I have writings. I've written all of my life. I was always the kid in the classroom. If the teacher or professor would give you an option of writing a 10-page paper or standing up in front of the class and giving a 10-minute oral talk, I would always opt for the written part, because writing has always just kind of come relatively easy for me, or easier. And so it's a process that I've done all of my life. There are many stories that I've got, poems that I have that are buried up in a drawer that hopefully, again, I'm going to take out one day, and maybe many of them are short stories, and so that's another project that I have in the back of my mind at some point to gather up those and put those in a compilation book of my short stories that I've written. But I'm always the guy that's called on by family members to write the poem for the 70th anniversary or 70th birthday of an individual, or whatever the significant event is, and I've been blessed with having a capability of doing that, and I love doing it. Yes, I do, and one that I'm very proud of. This is a little bit of a different slant, because it's a biography of my high school baseball coach, a gentleman by the name of Julian Mock. It's going to be titled The Man in the Dugout. We're hopeful that it's going to be out by the middle of May. We're looking at that for a deadline, because he will celebrate his 87th birthday on May the 21st. Still very active, still very able and capable, and so many of us who went to Murphy High School, and his friends and his relatives, are gathering together to celebrate his birthday, and that's technically when I want to launch the book, because that's when we're going to dedicate it and present it to him. He, of course, has been very aware of the process here, because we've had several sessions where he and I have sat down and talked about his life. He's a very unique man in that he's really had 3 different careers. He was a high school baseball coach, he was a high school principal, and thirdly, he was a scout for several Major League Baseball teams, but most notably the Cincinnati Reds. And in fact, he was even executive scouting director for the Reds from 1990 to 1997. Wonderful character. Everyone who knows him loves him. He was a mentor, a father figure. So it's been really a labor of love to put this together, and I'm just so proud to be a part of it. The title of the book is The Man in the Dugout, the story of Julian Mock.